Hello my friends, welcome to this month's card class. So this month I wanted to make a few cards, a couple that were going to be fall themed, one that can be used for a variety of things. So we're going to start with this fun card. This is going to be kind of green and white with like a little pop of gold card, so I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, so what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be folding our card base, and then we have our green paper that's going to go down first, and we're going to be layering on this kind of foggy vellum paper, which I really, really like. Now, when we go to lay this on, we want to make sure that we're hiding the adhesive, because you can always see the adhesive through the vellum here, which always absolutely drives me crazy. So before we adhere this down, what we're going to do is we're going to put double-sided tape right in the middle of this card. And then I have my little sentiment here that says thinking of you with love. And so I'm going to start out by, I'm going to trim this so that it has more of like that flag kind of look to it. So I'm going to go from the corner to the center and the corner to the center. So you don't want to cut too far into the sentiment because you don't want the trimming to take away from the sentiment. If we trim too far in, then it's obvious and cut a little bit too close. We're going to do the same thing from the other side here too. We're going to go from the corner to the center, and again the corner to the center. Okay? Alright, I'm going to take double-sided tape and put it on the back side of my sentiment. I'm going to mount that onto this green shimmery paper. It should fit pretty much perfectly. Let's just take a look. Yes, it should fit perfectly. Alright, and there should be about a 1/16 inch border on the top and bottom, and then on the left and right you have an even amount of the green showing. Okay, now we're going to stick this onto the front of our card here. Oh wait, sorry, not quite yet, almost. We're going to stick on our mesh ribbon first. Then we're going to put double-sided tape on there. Oh, I actually want there to be about an even amount of white showing on the top and bottom there, so I'm just going to adjust that. There we go. I'm going to put double-sided tape down again, and now I'm going to stick my sentiment here, and I'm going to kind of center this here so that it's right in the middle of the gold mesh, and also this green is matching it perfectly with the white vellum on the back side. Okay, now I'm going to trim the golds. Okay, because sometimes when I wrap it, it gets a little bulky, so we're just going to trim that down. There we go. Looking fun. Okay, so now you have all of these fun circles, and I have this one right here with the gold on it. The back side is going to be the one that's a little bit more mint color. It actually matches my sweatshirt almost perfectly. And then you'll see the gingham on the back side is just in more gingham, so now you know. Alright, so with all the little circles, you see some that have the gingham I told you on the back side, and then there's also the ones with the shimmer. So you have all of these fun circles to play with. So what we're going to do here is we're going to be kind of mixing and matching them on our card. And I like how some of them are going to be kind of tucked underneath, and some of them are going to kind of be kind of off to the side a little bit. So you just kind of, I would say just kind of pull some together that you love, and you're like, oh, I love this collection. And I kind of wanted some that were up here kind of in the corner. This one that's kind of darker green, I'm just going to kind of pull that out a little bit so it's not so intense, matching up right next to the shimmer. And then down here at the bottom, I'm going to do probably these ones here. Again, I'm just kind of mixing and matching whatever I think is going to look best. But I'm going to keep out, I think, at least 4 of these, and one of each color. I know this one is the same, but you see what I'm trying to say here. And those are going to go on the inside of the card. Okay? All right. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think that looks pretty fun. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some tape or some glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue underneath each one of my little circles here, so that way they stay in place. Alright, so once you have at least some of your little circles glued down, you're just going to add a little bit more glue on the bottom of those, and that will just kind of lock them in, so then that way they aren't going anywhere, because this always happens to me where I tuck something in and then I'm like, oh, I love that. I put the glue on it, I'm like, wait, where did it go? So by just kind of pulling it up and then adding a little bit of glue underneath it, we know that those aren't going to go anywhere, and they're going to stay in the arrangement that we originally placed them in. Now we're just doing a tiny dot of glue because, of course, we don't want to put too much glue, especially behind the shimmery circle, because that's a text weight paper, and if you put too much glue behind it, it will start to warp. So there we are. Okay, now the reason why I didn't have you glue this down on the green quite yet is because we're going to use this as a guide for where we're going to stick our glue, because you can see that there is a little bit of a shadow for where all those little circles are. So I'm going to do little dots of glue for where each of those circles are. That way it's hiding the adhesive. And then we're going to stick that down on the green with a little bit of a layering, about 1/8 of an inch on all 4 sides. Okay? Once you have that down, then we're going to put double-sided tape on the back side. all four sides. And then that's gonna mount onto the front of our card base. I love this bright white with the green behind it. It just really makes your sentiment pop. Oh, I just love it. And then on the inside, of course, we're gonna add in our last little circles. So we're gonna do 3 circles up here and 1 down here. So again, you can kind of decide which ones of those you love the most. I love this metallic splatter one, so I'm gonna put that one there. And then we have our other 3 are gonna go up here in the corner. All right, and there we have card number 1. Isn't that so fun? All right, on to the next card.